Hey everyone, welcome to Evolve Live. I am Anna Morgan, your career BFF and host. And today we are diving into exciting topics in talent acquisition and employer branding with none other than Bryan Adams, CEO of HappyDance Careers website and a premier sponsor of the first ever Evolve TA and HR experience. So, he is not just a leader. I see him personally as a trailblazer from his game changing TED Talk, where he talks about how culture eats competition for breakfast, to his own success rising in the talent acquisition space, to providing valuable tools to talent acquisition professionals so that they can create better job ads for their future employees, and really is passionate about transforming how we connect with talent across many different stages of the hiring process. So we're going to talk a little bit about Bryan's journey in the talent acquisition world and the amazing organizations that he's led, to talking a little bit about what you can expect by joining Evolve, and his spotlight session where he's going to provide us a framework so that when we are creating these job posting and job ads and focusing on our candidate experience, we will, a guide, Mr. Bryan Adams, to help us, attract top talent. So welcome to the stage, Bryan. I'm so glad to have you.
Hey, happy to be here. Thanks for having me on. This is really exciting.
I know. And I am just so honored that you said yes and wanted to be a part of this fast action creation of mine, this Evolve TA conference. So
Oh, yeah.
thank you. Thank you for trusting me to be a part of this. And very excited to welcome you to Atlanta, even though it is probably just as cold here as it is in England
No,
right now, right?
don't say that. I was hoping to get some warmer weather, but that's fine. That's obviously not why I'm
Well,
coming. It looks like an amazing event. I'm really happy to be part of it, and everything you've got going on over there. It just looks a lot of fun, and it looks like I'm going to learn a few things as well and catch up with a lot of smart people. So it's going to be great.
yeah, yeah. So, I really, selfishly was like, I'm having a birthday. Why don't I bring all my business best friends in town for business, and then they can stay for the party?
Yeah.
But I also thought about, you know, there's so many fantastic events that we have an opportunity to be a part of.
Mm.
And, I created this experience really from a lived experience and just personal journey where I really learned better from immersive learning experiences and having opportunities to mastermind, workshop, and just like think out loud together,
Yeah.
which is where I see this being a little bit different. Also trying to bring in a mix of some new faces and older faces that we've seen at some of the different events. And it's been a great learning experience. Some days I'm like, what in the world did I do?
I am absolutely sure of that. I couldn't possibly do what you're doing. That's why I'm grateful just to get to sort of show up and talk and network and have fun and do all the things. So thank you.
Yeah. It's that imperfect, like messy action, right? And I've loved what I've been learning along the way. And so question for you: throughout your career, you've done some big, bold, crazy things, I'm sure. Why don't you share with us like what one of those things has been, and what were the keys to success or the big lessons that you learned through the process?
Oof. Well, there's been a lot of lumps and bumps and ups and downs in my career. From an entrepreneurial perspective, as well as a
Yeah.
sort of subject matter sort of learning and sort of growing and diving deep into a niche and a passion of mine, which I'm sure we'll get into. Um, but the biggest challenges and the biggest sort of bold steps I've ever taken is usually are around facing into fears, to be honest. I had a fear of public speaking once upon a time.
No way.
Yeah, so it was debilitating and it nearly put me out of business a couple of times. So I had to do something about it. So I
Okay.
did a stand-up comedy course to get over that one. I did not turn into a stand-up comedian. That career trajectory was not to be, but it was
Oh,
terrifying, and it definitely solved the problem. Great for weight loss as well, by the way. You go on a 6-week comedy course
yeah.
for
Oh,
that.
you.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. I lost something like 18 pounds in 6 weeks out of sheer fear because,
Maybe that's what I need.
oh my God, it works, you know? But I had to write
Oh, man.
15 minutes of my own material and then perform it live in front of 300 paying people at a comedy festival. So it was like the stakes were high, but it was a real learning moment for me. It was transformational from a professional and a personal perspective.
Mhm.
And it taught me, everything good in my career has happened outside of my comfort zone.
Oh, 100%. And that's how I've been kind of being in the energy of this event too, because
Mm.
100% out of my comfort zone. I'm like, who am
Yeah, there
I
you
to,
go.
put on this event? But I so am shocked, one, to hear that you struggled with public speaking. Two, that's so inspiring as I too struggle with that, in my mind and the things I'm practicing for the Evolve event. I'm totally fine, but I was actually saying to someone the other day, like, I really want one of those Britney Spears mics because anytime like I hold an actual mic in my hand, it's like,
Yeah,
you
there's an
know,
element of fear, there's an element of adrenaline, and like I think what we all know exactly what you're talking about from that perspective. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So, you've had a history supporting, global organizations and a variety of different roles. What inspired you to kind of niche down to this segment of the candidate experience, the careers website, and the employer branding component? Because, it's one of those niches that gets the spotlight for a second, and then when things get tight, everybody forgets about it, right? A little bit like recruiters sometimes. It's like, we
Yeah.
really need this. We know logically that this is going to drive, better candidate experience, attract top talent, maybe even help retain our existing talent. But why don't organizations necessarily prioritize that? So first, how did you get into it? And second, I'm excited to hear, how you're challenging organizations to make this a priority in 2025.
Yeah, so for the last 20 years, I've been very heavily sort of gone down the rabbit hole of employer brand, and our vision was everyone loves the job, and we set out to help the world's largest employers figure out how they could put their employee value proposition into the world to attract the best talent possible, and if they do that, people can make better career decisions. At the same time, as part of that consultancy journey, we were designing career websites that no technology could implement because of the limitations on the technology
Mhm.
platforms that were out there. So almost by accident, we started secretly in the background building our own platform just to solve our own problems and to sort of pacify our own frustrations. And that's
Mhm.
how HappyDance was born. But we got to a
Okay.
sort of crossroads where either we focused on this tech company that has enormous potential in a world where everybody seems to appreciate, value, and prioritize candidate experience, but we felt there
Mhm.
wasn't a focused technology platform to solve. Um, so, in order to live up to everyone loves their job, the vision, we decided actually, if we now take 20 years of employer brand expertise and we take it
Mhm.
inside a tech company that can potentially reach hundreds, thousands, millions of organizations, we're going to
Mhm.
get closer to our vision a lot faster. And actually, the convergence of the branding side of things plus a technology platform built to be in service of that expertise is just incredibly exciting.
Yeah.
So, that's basically where the sort of decision to really focus in on
Okay.
HappyDance came from. and I won't lie to you as well. Running a tech company is a lot more straightforward than running a consultancy. It's a lot less.
Really? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, the business model is a lot simpler. There's a lot less moving parts, and
Mm-hmm.
the solution on offer is very, very focused.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get to sort of get up every day, dream about how the product can be better, and then do it.
Yeah,
Which
that
just
is
really,
exciting.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely a motivator for me. And I'm not technical, so I can dream up a harebrained idea. I pass it to somebody super, super smart, way cleverer than me,
Right.
in a room full of those people, and they come back a few weeks later and say, "Ta-da, we did it!" And it's amazing. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Dang, you make me want to start a technology company. Although the theme has been coming up that maybe my second career is event planning. So
Event planning, definitely. Yeah, absolutely.
we shall see. But what a gift that we get to get up every morning and do things that we love. And
Mm,
part of the mission too behind creating this experience for our community, HR and talent acquisition folks, is that I wanted to provide a fun, safe, nourishing place for
yeah,
talent and HR leaders where they can be, reminded of the incredible work that they do, be given up to date tools to do it better, and then also, focus on their own well being as well as how can I drive well being within the organization. And then once I do that, then we want to go out and amplify our leadership philosophies and our mission, vision, and values through branding partners and thought leadership, and ways that we can really attract top talent. And you and I have been in the game long enough that we know the pendulum is going to swing again, right?
oh yeah,
That there is going to be everyone's going to be hiring recruiters again, and I feel like the world of work is moving very quickly right now. There are always going to be the same old, but so many of us are passionate about how can we do this better, higher touch, in a more human way, and use technology to help us do that. So I'm just equally excited. You're a partner with us, and your HappyDance coupon code will give folks 30% off the regular ticket price. So 9 days out, be spontaneous and join us in Atlanta.
get outside of your comfort zone, because nothing um, significantly positive ever happens unless you get outside your comfort zone and take some action. Absolutely, and
Absolutely. And I've been talking to a lot of people that are like, oh, I mean, January has just been so busy. And, it's like the classic, we're going to put everything off in December that we need to get done until January. And then we run, and then we wonder why we're running around with like our a chicken with our head cut off.
I know.
But, I said to a couple folks, like, what would make you drop everything and join Evolve on Thursday the 30th, right? And a lot of it, I think, is, you know, prioritizing their self career development, which is hard. A lot of companies, unfortunately, red tape to get approval for self development, and it's like take the day off and then make the business case after the fact when you come back with your SHRM credits and
Yeah.
actionable strategies that you can implement into your organization. How else would you market it or sell it?
So I think you are absolutely right that this year things are going to heat up and change, and I think they're going to move quite significantly and quite quickly. And I would suggest that the agenda that you've managed to put together is going to be packed full of actionable insights that you really want to know right now to set your year up for success. And whether that's knowing who to call when the proverbial hits the fan,
Right.
knowing, knowing what technology can solve the challenges you've got on your desk very quickly and inexpensively, or
Mm-hmm.
just understanding some techniques of how to use the tools. It's never the tools, it's how to use the tools where the value comes. And
Mm-hmm.
even just thinking about, like, selfishly for a second, like just thinking about the session that I'm really excited to deliver
Yeah, I was just going to chat a little bit more of your job ad story framework, right?
Yeah, so I mean, this is where we apply some of the learning from years and years of consultancy and understanding how branding and like good old fashioned storytelling really, really makes a difference to a brand.
Hmm.
But we've also got the added benefit of millions and millions of page impressions and split testing and understanding what the big data says about just what a difference this makes. So that's a small example of,
Okay.
there's some tangible takeaways from my session, but I know there's the agenda's packed full of that stuff. So to have
Yeah.
that in your back pocket in January, setting yourself up for what's going to be a busy year with a lot of pressure and stress and challenges on
Hmm.
everybody's desk. I mean, that would be my sales pitch.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that confirms I'm on the right chat or on the
Hmm.
right track. And I know just in my own lived experience working with hiring managers, the question has commonly come up, how do I simply like share the job ad that you've created on the career site, on LinkedIn or on other socials? And but it goes back to the basics, and like what you're going to unlock for the Evolve attendees is, how do I create that, storytelling job ad that really, pulls back the curtain and paints that picture of what is a day in the life like? Who are the people that you're going to be sharing cube space with? Who's going to be your work husband or your work wife? you know, um, and what are you a part of, right? So many younger generations, I would say like millennial and younger, they are prioritizing, I want to work for a company that, is giving back to the community, that, serves a higher purpose to, improve, could be, international health issue, or, making cleaner water, like planting more trees, like whatever it may be. And, it's through kind of digging in and like peeling back those layers, where that you can use the framework and those tools to really stand out, right? No one ever wants to write the job description. I can tell all of you that as a recruiter. It's like HR is doing it, no legal, no recruiting, no, the talent VP should definitely do it. So I'm so excited to continue learning from you and just, celebrating with you. I know you're also headed out to San Diego after spending some time in Atlanta, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah, I'm on tour, and then I'll be. I'm hoping the weather will be a bit better in San Diego now that you said it's cold. And I mean, look at me. I look like Casper the Ghost's paler brother. But
Yeah, I'm right. I mean, I'm looking okay, like cheeky wise, because I was in what was it, Jamaica for the holidays. But
oh,
yeah,
now you're just showing off.
Atlanta, though, typically I was so happy that we had snow like a week ago because, from a day like probability standpoint, I mean, the chances that it could snow 2 times in January in Atlanta, well, it like flurried yesterday. And there's a chance of a little bit of colder weather tomorrow, but definitely hoping it'll warm up a little bit. So bring your coat and your hat to keep yourself warm. But hopefully, it'll turn around to be a good time. And I've always told folks that are coming in town, the event is in Marietta. It's close to the Battery, which is where the new Brave Stadium is. So lots of fun restaurants and places to shop and places to go out. So tried to, look at the experiences that I've had at some of the conferences and be like, logistically, what is easy? We're going to
Exactly.
have the event in one space, and then I'm going to push everybody out and bring them back in for end of conference happy hour. And then they're on their own,
Yeah.
easy peasy.
What's not to know?
Um,
Yeah, no, that sounds really good. I mean, the logistics are just. I mean, that was really attractive for me. I can fly in super easy. There's a really,
Atlanta is a
really
nice airport.
It's a great agenda. I'm looking forward to learning a lot of stuff myself and
Yeah.
then hanging out. And, it's always nice. But I think, apart from anything else, it's just a great way to start the year off on the right foot.
Mhm.
I think a lot of people are still in planning mode. There's a little bit of panic starting to set in for some people with big challenges ahead of them. So, if you can get ahead of things with some great ideas at this stage in the year, I think
Well,
it's
and I
a
think
smart move.
community is everything too. And so like when you're dealing with like,
Absolutely.
oh crap, like I just got the budget approved for 25 finally. I've got these big priorities and I've got to take care of my team. Yeah, I can't take a day off, but the power in taking a moment to yourself and like, being radically honest with yourself. If I am able to, pour into myself from a professional development and, community connection standpoint. You mentioned earlier, do I have the community to phone a friend when, the proverbial stuff hits the fan? That's the magic of what happens in smaller events like this. And again, like shout out to Craig Fisher and what he's accomplished with TalentNet. I just so look up to what he's done and really was inspired to model success to build something similar in Atlanta because of how special those experiences were, where I had a chance to get to know you and Dave a little bit better, and everyone was at that event. So this is a special experience. And when I think about my big vision for this and our group photo after lunch and years from here, people will say I was at the first ever Evolve event.
There you go. We're OGs. I mean, that's the other reason, isn't it? Like, come and be an OG. It's something which will, I'm sure, grow and become really special.
And the conference space, like I'm excited for SourceCon and ERE that they're combining and creating that new experience. And events are changing. I saw a post a while back where Kyle Lagunas was in one of the first SourceCon pictures, and I swear he looked like a baby. And I know like Fink was there and several others. Yeah. Sarah White was there. It looked really special. And so, this is something that would not be possible if I didn't have great partners and, just community behind me, really believing in me that I can pull this off. So
we believe in you. We're flying a long way to prove it.
I know. I really appreciate it. And I've been working really hard to make sure that we have some great humans in the room, and we totally do. I have about 20 more tickets that I would like to either, sell or maybe sponsor some folks that want to come from Atlanta. So if you're catching this now or on the replay, please reach out. I have a heart for giving and, definitely want, people to be able to experience this. So, and that wouldn't be, possible without great sponsors like yourself. So anything else to take us out and before you jump on another plane and head back to the States?
I actually think we're going to have a world exclusive of what's to come from a tech perspective at your event. And we'll be giving out some free trials and looking for early adopters. So people will get a special offer in the room there as well. So it's definitely worthwhile coming along to. But yeah, that's it's gonna be great. It's definitely one not to miss. And the energy I'm already seeing from people going and people reaching out and all the rest of it, it's going to be a bit of a party atmosphere. I know you're going to see to that.
Oh, it totally is. I mean,
we're excited.
I love a good dance party, and so my buddy is going to be DJing the entire day. So you'll have to tune in or attend to see what Bryan's walk-on song is going to be, but it definitely matches the energy. Well, Bryan, thank you so much. Thank you to HappyDance. Thank you to Melanie behind the scenes. Dave, I'm looking forward to seeing him and giving out some big hugs. We're going to have a fantastic time together, and we'll see you in a short 9 days, okay?
We sure will. We'll see you then.
All right. Thanks so much. See you.